All right, I just wanted to share with you a little bit about this show that a friend of mine told me to watch because of my interest in the Mandela effect. This show here, that was done in 2017, apparently, there's two seasons. Um, just to give you a rundown, I guess I'll give you a little bit of spoilers. But there's something very interesting about this and how it predicted eerily close what the future would be just a couple years before it all happened in 2020, 2021. It's just nuts. So anyway, it says what might be different if a person could coexist in an alternate world. Okay, so remind you of the Mandela effect. Howard Silk, a low-level agent whose career is winding down at a Berlin-based United Nations spy agency, unwittingly learns the answer upon discovering his organization is harboring a secret that of a gateway to a parallel dimension. Howard becomes immersed in a mysterious world of espionage, intrigue, and government conspiracies. There, the only man Howard can trust is Prime, his almost identical counterpart from a divergent reality. So these two realities apparently split. There was a single line reality. They split into two, like, and have existed together for 30 years. And there's one like portal at the bottom of a building where they can cross over. So that's kind of how the story goes. In one reality, there was a global pan. Can I say the word without getting in trouble? A global pandemic that wiped out a whole bunch of people. So in the very first scene, this is 2017. They're making this. You see a woman all masked up, right? So it here's a guy getting his hands sanitized. He's in a movie theater, and this lady's in there. If you look closely, you see the 666 in the row of seats that are there. The front, then the one she's on, and then behind her. And then they show this scene three times as well, just coincidentally. There you got their little Saturn cube imaging there, and let me go back to where, because these are backwards in sequence. So they're sitting. She's sitting in the theater. Here's the show, and this is a commercial being run before her movie. No point in putting this in there except to show the viewers how ridiculously close our world would be in just a few years of them making and showing, putting this movie out or this series out. And the commercial is going with winter in the air. There's never more important time to update your inoculations. You can do it with your physician or at your nearest clinic. Bring your friends, bring your family. When we let ourselves be vulnerable to disease, we put our loved ones at risk. And if someone you know is showing symptoms, and I can't read that word, and isn't seeking help, you must report this to your neighborhood clinic. Failure to report the illness of your loved ones is punishable by fine, jail sentence, and possible quarantine. Personal health is public health, and there's your cube of Saturn. Um, this is just one of probably 30 things like this now that have popped up and predicted our future so perfectly, just around the corner. I mean, just a couple years away, and we were going through this global thing that we're going through. And this is just the first three episodes that I've seen, and it's just poured it on thick. This, you got the 3 month boosters to stay safe. I mean, it's like, God. I mean, how I mean, at what level, at how high of a level is this stuff orchestrated? Because I think it's beyond human at this point. This is a spiritual level that this stuff is coordinated and being pumped out before it actually happens. And even more, another spiritual aspect to this is it is so freaking apparent to me. Same thing with the Mandela effect and alternate realities and how things change. That's crazy apparent to me. That, and I can kind of understand how maybe not everybody, is on board with that, or they just can't accept it. It's just too much for their belief system. I can kind of get that, but I can't get this. I can't get how these shows, and there's so many of these things out there that were established and came out a couple years before the event happens, and the world in general just, your everyday people, they have to see it, but they don't see it, or they don't care. Blows my mind. And I'm not even hunting for this stuff. I'm not looking. It just is in my face, in my daily routine. So if it's in my face that much, it's got to be in everybody else's face. But nobody questions, hey, how does this thing come out so perfectly 2 years before all this stuff unravels? How do they know? And nobody asks the question. And it's not just this one. It's got to be 30 or 40 things like this: movies, shows, simulations. There's so much. I work a full-time job. I don't have time to research this stuff without even trying. It's just right there. How does the world deny that this stuff is at least there? I mean, and I'm not even saying conspiracy. I'm just saying at some spiritual level, this stuff is orchestrated and it's coming through. It's too much to deny. It's ridiculous. So I just wanted to share that because I've seen 3 episodes now, and I'm just getting inundated with how much they see is coming. And then you've got your 666 symbolism and your cube just for fun. Anyway, God bless.